Chosen vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man, Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every vessel to click that like button, click that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to the Galactic family and the GCVs. Let's get right into it, shall we? If you love God, break up with that demon now. Otherwise, you'll suffer the same fate. If you love God, break up with that demon right now. All right. If you're with someone and that person is coming off to you to be a terrible person, and I'm not talking about somebody that you can work things out with. I'm not just because you had one argument or somebody disagrees with you or somebody said something that you don't like. I'm not saying to break it off with them. But if that person is narcissistic, if that person is draining you of your energy, making you feel terrible, break up with them and never deal with them ever again, because you deserve better. All right. And you deserve more, and you don't deserve to be treated in a negative way. All right. If somebody is using you to basically feel better about themselves, and you're in a relationship with this person and they're treating you however they want to treat you, that's the end of it. You don't have to stay with someone who will treat you in a way that you don't deserve to be treated. The first instant that you realize that you was love bombed, the first instant that you realize that this person got another side to him, a ugly side to them, you got to break it off. And you can't contact them at all. It's not to be childish, it's not to be immature, it's not to like on some nana and boo boo type stuff. You're a grown adult. It's like you're getting away for your dear life. I don't know if y'all saw this video online the other day, but this woman and her kids, she said that when he found out she was going no contact, this man done broke the door down. This man done almost drove the car into the house, and he hit her with the gaslight. And he's talking about some. She was like, she had the camera phone on him. And she's like, yo, I'm afraid for my life. And the dude, he's like, I'm afraid for my life. Like, bro, you could clearly see who was the aggressor in that situation. Sometimes it's the ladies, fellas. All right, you may have wanted that chick. All right, but sometimes it's the ladies, and it's like a lot of ladies like that. A lot of these ladies that will put their hands on a man, they seek out certain dudes that they know they could put their hands on, and it's not gonna be somebody that's gonna knock their tooth out. Like, yeah, I'll hit a. All right, they not gonna go after one of them types. I'll hit a. All right, usually they go after people that they could both prey on. Very rare is it when you see both of them two types of people together and they just toxic loving it out, toxic loving it out, toxic thugging it out. All right, with each other. All right, and it's like, yo, and not to say if a person is a thug, they toxic. All right, shout out to everybody. Whole support. One love, one heart. All right, as far as that love and that heart goes. All right, but yo, I just don't like stereotypes, and I just like to clear that up because we don't do stereotypes over here. So if you're dealing with somebody that is toxic, all right, if you're dealing with somebody that is like, you're getting the feeling that you shouldn't be dating this person anymore, you shouldn't be with this person anymore, you're starting to see signs that this person is violent and they be tripping. All right, you need to cut them off so you're not slipping. All right, because this person is not going to serve you like they thought. All right, you rarely will you see a toxic woman or a toxic dude. They rarely will get with each other because they already know what's up. I already know what's up with her. I already know what's up with you. They seek out. They probably will like have fun or whatever. Or they'll probably like sleep together or something like that. But they won't get into like no serious relationship with each other all the time. They do, not to say they don't get into relationships, but all the time. All right, they will probably still have people on the side that they'll use. All right, so you don't want to be one of those people. If you see somebody and it's like first they're buying everything and paying for everything, and now you're the one that's only paying for stuff or buying things, you're not going to want to deal with that person. All right, you have to be watchful of somebody trying to buy everything and pay for everything when you just meet them anyway. That's a sign. Like, Why is you trying to pay for everything? I got money. No, no, no. I got it. I'll get it. I'll do it. That's a sign that this person is trying to set you up possibly to have you being the one. And it's like they'll do these things because they know you're the type of person that would get it, or you're the type of person that wants to go half. So they do that so that way after a while they can just have you buying stuff. They're trying to use you for your good nature. All right, if somebody's trying to use you for your good nature, that's a demon. If somebody will use you for your good nature, that's a demon. So you need to cut them off or you're going to suffer the same fate. They want to use you, you're going to be used. They want to abuse you, you're going to be abused. All right. So when you see somebody who's trying to pull the financial, or who's a financial vampire, all right, what they're going to be doing is they're going to financially bomb you. All right, gifts, money, buying you things, paying for this. You like a drink, they'll buy the drink. All right, you like a snack, I got that. I could pay for it myself. No, I got it. That ain't love. All right, that's setting up for future field position, and you don't want that, and you don't need that. You don't want nobody setting up for future field position in your life. They will try to set up for future field. Go. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to score on you. You don't want nobody scoring no touchdowns or no kick returns on you. All right, you don't want nobody scoring on you like that. All right, so what you need to do is, nothing. Everything that's free comes with a price. Everything that's free comes with a price. Ain't nothing free in this world. Everything comes with a price. All right. And with these people, yesterday's price ain't gonna be today's price. They're constantly moving the goalpost. That's what they're doing because you ain't in. Once somebody that's a demon does something for you, they know that how they're gonna program you is what you're doing is never gonna be enough, and they're gonna do that to try to get the most out of you that they possibly can. It ain't enough. It ain't enough. It ain't all the stuff I did for you. And you know they gonna keep bringing that up. They ain't gonna let that go. You gonna constantly hear that. You better not let them better not let them do a damn thing for you. If you sense negative toxic energy, most people who will be glad to have you chip in. All right, most people will glad to have you go Dutch. Oh, you got it too? Cool. All right, yo, I get to keep my a little extra money. You get to keep your little extra money. I think we could actually keep doing this because we'll have the extra money to keep doing it. Wow, astonished. So you gotta watch out for people who are trying to do things like that because they're usually trying to set you up and use you in the future. Gotta watch out for that. That girl, she was bleeding. Her kids were bleeding. She telling him to get the peroxide. She got the camera on. He talking about something. I'm scared for my life, bro. You got her, you got the whole family bleeding, bro. What you scared for to get what? She gonna call them people on you? It's probably something that she probably some, I'm not gonna say she need to do that, but so it don't have to get to that. So we don't gotta call the police on each other. All right, you don't want to be doing that. So that is a last resort, a life threatening resort. All right, that is a last on last resort. All right, you don't do that unless you have to. But just for the sake of arguments and stuff like that, you don't want to just be doing that to people. All right. But if your life is threatened, then you may have to do that. All right. Um, you may have to do that. But in this particular case, she, like, she's bleeding. The kids are bleeding. Like that would be the right thing to do. All right. Some people may be like, yo, that's wrong. But if he's trying to kill her kids, if he's trying to kill her family, then that's what she need to do. But but the thing what you need to do is to avoid all that in the first place. That's what you need to do. That's what I'm trying to get back to. So don't nobody gotta call them people on nobody. So don't nobody gotta do nothing to nobody. So nothing happens to nobody. What you do is you need to avoid those type of situations in the first place. You need to avoid them situations in the first place. Don't be dating people when they got that little negative toxic look about them. Don't be dating nobody like that. Don't get with nobody like that. All right, I mean, it may tickle your fancy now, but it may be you may be tickling and trickling later because it's blood coming down your face or something like that, and you don't want that. I'm not making fun of that, but you don't want that. You don't want nobody that's going to attack you when they find out you're leaving. If somebody if somebody is leaving, yo, you help them pack their bags, fellas. If she wants to leave, fellas, help her pack her bags. I'll help you pack. You should never take it to as far as the I'm a beat you into staying with me. That's gonna fix it. That's not gonna fix it. All right, you shouldn't be trying to beat somebody to stay with you. There's a billion trillion people in the world. All right, you can find somebody y'all could beat on each other if that's what you want to do. All right, if you that toxic, find somebody else to beat on. That is something that if you hit them, they'll hit you back. If that's the type of love you want, there's somebody out there that'll beat on you, right? Y'all could beat on each other. All right, y'all could have some punch. Y'all could be punch drunk with love. How about that? But when you see the signs of somebody getting violent, or you'll be able to pick up on this person is violent. Don't stay around somebody that's violent for the sake of love, for the name of love. Don't stay around somebody that's violent. Don't stay around somebody that's toxic or that's negative or that's narcissistic, because it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better. It's not going to improve. All right, narcissistic people, they're not going to improve like that, especially for you like that. And if you see that somebody has a drastic change, that's like bipolar. You see somebody goes from I I am crazy. Nah, gotta get it right. Now I'm nice again. If you see them going from extreme to extreme, you need to cut them off extremely fast. You need to have some extremes too, using them scissors, cutting them off extremely fast. All right, because otherwise it's going to end up getting to a point where you shouldn't be with them in the first place. All right, if somebody is doing things that you don't like and they're getting on your nerves, don't stay around for them just so you can have a love buddy. Don't stay around just so you have somebody to cuddle up with. Don't do it. It's not worth it. You better off cuddling up with yourself until you find somebody else, because sooner or later you're going to end up suffering the same fate and paying the price of dealing with somebody that could possibly try to end your life, or being with somebody that could possibly ruin your life. These people can ruin you financially. These people can ruin you health wise. All right, they could ruin your career. They could ruin your job. Got you making mistakes at work and things like that. God forbid these people know where you work and they come to your job and bring that drama to your job. You shouldn't, if you are seeing red flags, the first red flag, cut them off. All right, when you ignore the red flags, you already lost. All right, but it will pop up into your mind, and your angels will be like, red flag. The first angel thought, red flag. Whoa, I gotta get away from her. I gotta get away from him. Especially if you have little ones. Don't you? Especially if you got little ones, you got to put your kids first. Now that you got kids, all right, your love life is secondary. And I know you need your little time to yourself. I know you need your little rendezvous, and you need a boo and all that. But you need to put them babies first. All right, I'm not sure if that dude was with her, but I doubt if she was trying to leave. That, I mean, it could be, but if that dude is putting his hands on somebody else's kids, that's whack, yo. And like that's corny. So you really have to be careful who you getting with, because the person could be a monster. So if you see somebody going, if somebody is real nice in the beginning, and then a month in, 2 months in, a couple weeks in, you start to see little changes within them that, this person is not who they are portraying themselves to be. If anybody, even if it's positive, I mean, even if it's not harmful, but it's negative, or even if it's not negative and it's just phony, you got to be careful. If somebody's not portraying themselves to be who they are portraying themselves to be, leave them. Somebody will come into your life that fast. The thing is that you have a consciousness that you're alone, or that you don't want to be alone. That's why you have to learn how to be alone. So that way, when you get somebody and that person's not the right one, man, I'm used to being by myself anyway. Or I don't have a, not that you're used to being by yourself. I'm comfortable. There we go. I'm comfortable with being by myself anyway. Somebody else will come along, and the person's going to be better than you, and we're going to be able to treat each other better than this. I don't need this. Don't keep negative people and toxic people in your life just to have somebody in your life. All right? I know you alone. I know you may want somebody, but you don't need that. So what you need to do is, and you'll never be alone when you roll with God. You'll never be alone when you put God first. That's why you have to put God first, and not the person first who you're in a relationship with. That'll save you a lot of trouble too, and a lot of time as well. Ample time. All right? Ample success. It'll save you a lot of things. So you got to be careful, because if you get with the wrong person, then You're going to suffer the same fate as them, especially if that person is demonic. If they got demonic energy, this person got a demonic frequency, your vibe will pick up on it. All right. They could try to act, they could try to fake it, but you'll see it. They'll do certain things that you don't do. When people are into certain things that you're not into, red flag, cut them off. Don't be with them. If somebody does something or is into something that you're not into, most likely they're probably going to have some type of toxic behavior anyway. All right. So I know people are fun. I know people are interesting. I know you want to give people a chance, but you can't. All right, because when things get too bad and when things don't aren't going how you expected them to go or how you want them to go, and when things hit the fan, you're gonna wish that, man, I saw that red flag. Why didn't I cut this person off? Why didn't I stop dealing with this person? Why didn't I leave this person alone? All right, this person could potentially rob you or steal from you or ruin certain things in your life. All right, you could get into an argument with them at your apartment. Now you got to find a new place to live because they don't want that there. You don't know how these demons, these negative entities will come into your life and try to ruin things. And the devil could have sent them, especially when you have things that are working well for you and you're trying to get your life together. That's when the devil sends people in your life in the form of what you want. So just because somebody comes in your life and it seems fun, it may be what you want, you got to check them. You got to totally and fully check them out. Test that spirit out. All right. And don't, if it's not working, if it's not what you thought it was, they got to go. Because you're worth more than just having somebody around or having anybody around. All right, don't be that desperate. Don't be that lonely. Don't need another person. Don't need another human being that bad. You're divine. All right, you are okay all by yourself if you have to be, and you got to have the mindset of somebody else will come around. And I have infinite possibilities. I see myself being able to date whoever I want. I see myself being able to talk to whoever I want. All right, I don't date, but if you date, see yourself being able to, talk to or whatever you like to do, date, go out to eat, whatever you want. See yourself being able to do those things, and don't see yourself as so caught up on this person that this is all you got. Don't see yourself as not being able to have anybody. So when you get somebody, you'll see, oh man, I don't have nobody or I haven't had nobody. So I got to hold on to this one. No, you don't. You don't got to hold on to that. There's so many people in the life, and there's so many people in the life. There's so many people in the world, and there's so many people who would want to be in your life. All you got to do is open up your eyes to them. You can't just sit in the house and expect somebody to come into your life. Dress up, go. If that's what you're looking for, dress up, go out, enjoy yourself. You'll attract somebody. All right, when you go out places and you go to handle your business, smell good, look good, feel good, don't have toxic people around you making you hate yourself, and you'll attract good people. Because and that's another sign. If somebody gets into your life and they try to and they start to make you feel worse about yourself than you were before you got with them, that's a sign that you need to cut this person off and get them out of your life, because that person is a demon. All right, you need to break up. You need to get that person out of your life. Break up. All right, for the love of God, break up, because you don't want to you don't want to be addicted to a person. You don't want to be in love with a person, or you don't want to end up liking a person or end up spending some time with a person. So now there's some type of connection, and it's not as easy to break it off with them. All right, you need to be kung fu with the scissors. Wah! All right, you need to be Jet Li with the scissors. You need to be Bruce Leroy with the scissors. Wah! And cut people off, man. Because it fast and swiftly and vast and quickly. Cut them off like karate. Cut them off like karate. Cut them off like karate. I'm about to listen to that song after this because Wayne verse was the shizzle. All right, so look, people get into your life and they start making you feel bad. That's an obvious sign this person is jealous of you. Somebody that's toxic, somebody that's narcissistic, somebody that's jealous of you, they could possibly try to do some harm to you. You look good, they might try to harm you up. So you don't look that good anymore. You don't want me, you can't have nobody. Them crazy folks. And they mean that. All right, so I'm telling you, the first sign that you see that they ain't no good for you, get rid of them and cut them off for good. They try to come after you, keep some on you, always, at all times. Sometimes it's sometimes you gotta get right with people. All right, so and I mean, sister had to get right with that guy. She had to protect her kids. Sometimes in life you may have to protect yourself, or you may have to protect, your family or your kids or anything like that. So you always got to be ready. But the thing is, you don't want to, if you feel that you're with somebody that you feel you might have to be ready for, let them go. That person is not for you. I think you need to let them go before you end up having to give them a KO. You need to let them go before you got to give them a KO. All right. You shouldn't be with somebody that you feel you got to knock out, or you feel you got to watch your back, or you feel might attack you or something like that. But I love him, girl. You need to break up with him, girl. Because that's how people end up in the hospital and stuff like that, man. Over some love affair. All right, don't end up in the hospital over some fake love affair. Dude don't even care about you. Anybody that's with you that put their hands on you, they don't care about you. Somebody that authentically feels a certain way about you is not going to do that. Somebody that cares for your well-being is not going to harm you. If they harm you, they don't care about your well-being. They put their hands on you, they don't care about you. Oh man, well, no, I don't know. You may have been going through something, but if you're not willing to go get help, if you're not willing to have a sit down and talk it out, if you're not willing to improve things, then you need to move things. All right. Not saying that things don't happen and that people don't get into things. All right. Because when men feel a certain way about a woman, it's definitely not right. But those things do happen. All right. Not just because we don't live in a perfect world, but a person has to be willing to go make a change so that they could bring it back to, if the person's willing to stay, if the person's willing to work it out, if the person is willing to work themselves out, then maybe it'll work. Maybe you could make that thing work. All right. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm not saying it don't happen. But when things happen, I mean, because things do happen. But when you have somebody that is just flat out right evil, yo, and flat out right just negative, evil, destructive, demonic, don't want to change, don't want to hear about what they did, how they're affecting you, how they're making you feel, that ain't it. That's not the person that you want to be with. You don't want to continue to put yourself in situations with that person, because what do you have to expect? What else do you have to expect if you keep putting yourself in a toxic environment, in a toxic situation, especially if you got a family, or especially if you're trying to do something positive with your life? What do you expect to get from that person who's disrespecting you, and disrespecting your boundaries, and draining your energy, and not allowing you to become successful because they're a bum and they're not successful and they don't want anything with their life, and now that they get with you and they see that you're going for more, they'll start to be afraid you won't leave them behind or something. And you're the type of person that whoever you're with, you working for the both of us. You working for both of y'all, but they can't see that because they don't have a vision. Those without a vision perish. They're perishing. Don't get with nobody who doesn't have a vision. Don't get with nobody that's perishing. All right. Don't get with people who aren't going anywhere in life. Because once they see you start to go somewhere and they start to realize that they're not going, all hell might break loose. Oh, she thinks she got this. He ain't gonna leave me. Oh, he think he got this. He ain't gonna leave me. Start putting you down. Start tearing you down. Start saying bad things to you about you. Nah, we ain't doing that. We're not doing that. So don't do that. All right. Don't let anybody do that to you, because you're not doing that to them. Don't let anybody get with you or get in your life or treat you any type of way that you wouldn't treat them. And that's it. That's just plain and simple. That's people 101. If I don't do it to you, you damn sure ain't gonna do it to me. For real. For real. Okay, that's the real deal, real spill, Holyfield. All right. So, you know, you gotta cut them demons off at the head. You gotta get rid of people who aren't being satisfactory in your life. All right, because if you're not with anybody who's satisfactory, you're gonna fail. You don't want to fail in life because somebody else is failing with life. People who aren't doing their best like to attach themselves to people who they see going somewhere. But then when they see you start to go somewhere, they don't like it if they don't see themselves going. They're not going to be happy for you going somewhere if they're not going anywhere. They're with you. What about them? You know how anxious it is? Like, there are people who, when they see somebody doing something in life, if they're with you, they'll get a positive boost of anxiety, and it'll turn to motivation, because they'll be like, yo, I gotta, man, Shorty doing all this and that. I gotta do something right. Wow, he's doing all this and that. What can I do? I gotta be able to do something right. But if not, and they're toxic and negative, you already know what it's going to turn into. So, yo, cut them off. All right. Otherwise, you may possibly suffer the same fate. It's been another DruTube special. Shout out to the chosen vessels. Everybody hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Definitely don't play this video around them. Peace, love, and light. We out.